Cambridge IELTS academic 17 number book. So let's start. Today I'm talking reading topic and reading passage one. And this passage name is the development of the London Underground Railway. So let's start. In the first half of the 800 London's population grew at an um, astonishing rate, and the central area became increasingly congested. In addition, the expansion of the overground railway network resulted in more and more passengers arriving in the capital. Then, however, in 1846, a royal commission decided that the railways should not be allowed to enter the city, the capital's historic and business center. The result was that the overground railway stations formed a ring around the city. The area within consisted of poorly built, overcrowded slums, and the streets were full of horse-drawn traffic. Crossing the city became a nightmare. It could take an hour and a half to travel 8 kilometers by horse-drawn carriage or bus. Numerous schemes were um, proposed to resolve those problems, but few succeeded. Amongst the most vocal advocates for a solution to London's traffic problems was Charles Pearson, who worked as a solicitor for the City of London. He saw both social and economic advantages in building an underground railway that would link the overground railway stations together and clear London slums at the same time. His idea was to relocate the poor workers who lived in the inner city slums to newly constructed suburbs, and to provide cheap rail travel for them to get a work. Parsons' ideas gained support amongst some businessmen, and in 1851 he submitted a plan to Parliament. It was rejected but considered with a proposal from another group for an underground connecting line which Parliament passed. The two groups merged and established the Metropolitan Railway Company in August 1854. The company's plan was to construct an underground railway line from the Great Western Railway's GWR station at Paddington to the edge of the city at um, uh, Farrington. Farringdon Street, a distance of almost 5 kilometers. The organization had difficulty in raising the funding for such a radical and expensive scheme, not least because of the critical articles printed by the press. Objectors argued that the tunnels would collapse under the weight of traffic, overhead buildings would be shaken, and passengers would be um, uh, poisoned, poisoned by the emissions from the train engines. However, Parson and his partner persisted. The GWR award that the new line would finally enable them to run trains into the heart of the city invested almost £250,000 in the scheme. Eventually, over a 5 year period, £1 million was resisted. The chosen road ran bench existing main roads to minimize the expenses of demolishing buildings originally scheduled to be completed in 21 months. The construction of the underground line took 3 years. It was built just below street level using a technique known as cut and cover. A trench about 10 meters wide and 6 meters deep was dug, and the side is temporarily held up with timber beams. Brick walls were then constructed. And finally, a brick arch was added to create a tunnel. A 2 meter deep layer of soil was laid on top of the tunnel, and the road above rebuilt. The Metropolitan Line, which opened on 10 January 1863, was the world's first underground railway. Okay, so that's it about this topic and this reading paragraph 1. And there are available around 20 to 30 line. You can study those line. So no more today. That's it for today's video. Assalamu alaikum. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. Goodbye.